Welcome back to Sea Encounters Battleships. It's Harnas here, and in today's episode, we are going to see yet another very competitive match. And this is Thompson's HMS Venture, and also with the planes that help it, with the M1500 planes. Fighting against Trower's Temeraire. So both designs really nice looking and competitive, and yeah, it's difficult to say which one has got an edge here. So let's see how this battle is going to go. So far I think that Trower's ship had a little bit more luck or better performance in the tourney whatsoever. However, both ships have definitely capability of disabling the other side. Temeraire is very tanky ship, but still has quite good firepower. While Thompson's Venture is a very light design, comparatively speaking, because it uses both battle cruiser trait and the carrier trait, so it makes it quite light. But it's also agile because of that. It's fast, agile. It can dodge quite a lot of shots during the first phase. And yeah, and of course it's got planes, so against any opponent that have trouble with dealing with the planes, it can be really devastating. So that could be well observed during the battle with the Terran Force design. So let's see, is Temeraire going to be able to disable all the planes in time and take minimum damage from those, and then deal with the main ship, with the Venture? We are going to find out. For now, I think it's doing a pretty good job. It seems like most of the planes are either destroyed or disabled. Seems that AA it's quite effective here. It's got high caliber secondaries, dual purpose, and a lot of small caliber ones. Okay, looks like the sky is almost clear light right now. Let's see the damage, especially the propellers. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that something like that could have happened. So looks like some of the bombs have sneaked through and have disabled most of the propellers. So now it's just got one forward-facing propeller and just the rudder. So the movement is just minimal, and it basically depends on the recoil from the guns mainly. So okay, let's see how is the Venture doing. It looks like it took quite a lot of damage at the front. I think while it was closing the distance with great speed, it ate quite a lot of shells from the Temeraire, and yeah, one of the turrets is gone, and another one is almost done at this point. Small caliber secondaries opening up, and the rear guns still very much dangerous. We can see the catapult on one of the plane catapult on one of the turrets. Nice touch here. Okay. Fire is maybe not super accurate from the Temeraire. I wonder if it's if it's damaged, perhaps damaged acquisition system, or I don't know what. But in terms of a number of guns, I think that Temeraire have nothing to complain about. All the guns, the main guns, are pretty much intact, and some of the secondaries, let's say half of the secondaries, are still operational, so it can definitely is definitely able to brawl, and looks like it's still against some remaining plane on the upper side. So it's now down to whose citadel is more durable, pretty much. And I think that here potentially Troy's design is slightly more on an advantage. It definitely has more firepower, but I think that piercing values are better on Thompson's design. So let's have a look like that. Okay, both ships are still angled, and I think that's a good sign for Temeraire, because it can potentially better mitigate those piercing shot by angling. It's still able to bring all his guns to bear, and with overwhelming firepower, it should be able to do more damage. And just maybe knock out the remaining guns from the Venture. And for now, definitely Temeraire is ahead on points, so it's still 90%. So at this stage of the battle, it's really surprising with all those Alpha Strike planes dropping payload and Venture raining with the main guns. It's amazing. It's still at 90%. And the entire fleet on the Thompson side is at 72%, so quite low right now. But the proper the battle cruiser or battleship proper is at 82%. Okay, looks like some shots have landed here. Yeah, I think that the underwater part of the Thompson's battle cruiser is still relatively okay. It's mostly superficial. I think that some of the shells have just pretty much skipped off of the water and landed on the superstructure or the guns. So really there at the back, yeah, I mean below the water line, there doesn't seem to be. Yeah, there are there's some damage, but it's not so extensive. Okay, some secondary shots also landing. Those secondaries are quite good, quite powerful. And they have a good rate of fire, definitely. So let's have a look at what's happening below the water here. So yeah, there are some deeper cuts here and there, but it doesn't look very bad. It's not too extensive. It seems that the front guns are not able to turn here, so this is a bit concerning for the Temeraire because it's losing quite a lot of its firepower. I think good thing here is that still this rear secondary and the remaining gun, back gun and the middle gun is still able to deliver some punishment. Yeah, I think that again Temeraire seems to suffer from the same problem as in the last battle. I think it's disengaging at such an angle that it's not able to bring all the guns to bear. Let's see if the Venture is going to help him a bit, trying to circle around it. So that's something that might help actually Temeraire to land some shots from those forward-mounted, turrets. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, because it's almost stationary, and with the angle being greater and greater, and the recoil from the back accounts, it should eventually, yeah, exactly, be able to open up on the Venture, and that's actually what happened. So now potentially Temeraire is better positioned to do damage. However, of course, as the angle softens, it's also more susceptible to a critical citadel strike. So yeah, wow, this is this is just super close. It's a knife fight at this point. And yeah, yes, it looks like the Venture was able to deliver the final blow. Wow. Finally, the citadel have been destroyed, and yeah, that was a really close fight. I don't really know. I think that it might have gone either way. And yeah, looking at the percentage points, definitely Thompson was on the ropes, but it was able to turn around the fight and land that critical shot. So congratulations to Thompson. Venture proved to be a very dangerous design despite of its significant smaller size than the opposition. The planes also did a great job disabling the propulsion early on and tying up Temeraire in the early stage of the fight. So their sacrifice will definitely be remembered. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.